out today with the Matador Arms 320X. This simple little adapter slides into your standard AR-15 lower and lets you run Sig 320 mags. Now, of course, you do need a 9mm upper, but I'm thinking for law enforcement, military, anyone who wants to train running their same AR lower, trigger, controls, configuration, etc., in a shoot house that doesn't allow rifles, or at a range that doesn't allow it, or just cheaper, quieter 9mm, and you've got a 320, this is a pretty cool option. We have our DoubleStar ARP7 lower that we've reviewed. We also are using an upper from Primary Weapon Systems that we've got a review on. We'll start things off with full mag +1. Now, I do want to mention that while we're doing all this, you don't want to push that mag release, which I habitually try to do. You want to squeeze down on the paddle below. The tabletop video shows you all that. But I do want to mention that accuracy and things like that are going to be dictated by your upper. We're going to run rounds without necessarily showing you a target because we're just looking at, will it function? So full mag +1 could be somewhat dependent on the bolt that your upper is using, and definitely on your buffer and spring setup. In fact, Matador Arms warns you that you may want to change or need to change that. We haven't changed that at all in this one, so some rounds might make it through what's for dinner, some not. What we're most concerned about is how it feeds, and in this case, does that angle that is provided by the adapter work for full mag +1? So enough talking, let's make some noise and see how this little guy runs. So we're not getting a catch for last round bolt hold open. That may be this particular bolt, maybe part of the design. We'll have to see, but it did run full mag +1. So the curiosity, of course, is how are things going to feed from the Sig magazine up the ramp and into the 9mm AR barrel. We go as light as 90 grain with this and all the way up to 158 grain. We're going to start heaviest since that's most likely to work. We have not adjusted the dampening system at all, so we haven't changed the spring or the buffer from an AR-15 pistol. We just slapped that lower with the Primary Weapon Systems upper, and we're gonna see how this does.
All right, so to start things off, we're actually going to do things a little bit differently today, because we are going to go from heaviest to lightest. And do keep in mind that we are primarily looking just at how it feeds, not at anything else other than that, really. But so heaviest is going to be the PPU Subsonic 158 grain. Start things off. I'm gonna kind of toss that down. All right. And it back. Next up, we have Remington Ultimate Defense 147 grain. Yeah. Remington UMC 124 grain full metal jacket. Barnall 115 grain full metal jacket. Steel case. There we go. Laser aluminum full metal jacket 115 grain. GBW Legend Pro copper hollow point 115 grain. MHP 108 grain extreme terminal performance. Now this, you guys, this is where we might start running into some feeding issues because we're getting pretty light here. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's gonna be exciting. Nope, no problem. Honor Defense, 100 grain, frangible hollow point. Mag Tech, 95 grain, snubby soft points. Oh, we're having too much fun today. Still rolling. Here we are at the lightest load of the day, and it's the Winchester Super Clean at just 90 grains. It's the final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. All right, so I want to start off by saying I think this is a really cool little invention that Matador Arms has come up with, and I just thought it was really innovative just in itself. With that being said, it ran all of the ammo that we gave it flawlessly. It is a little hard to tell if it would run everything through an extensive test, but from what we did, not a single issue whatsoever, which I thought was great. Clearly we weren't focusing on anything other than the feeding, but this was just really fun gun to shoot. All around, I had a great time.
So this conversion lets you keep your AR-15 lower that you've got. Let's say that might be a registered SBR, or maybe you've got a machine gun, whatever reason you want to keep your same trigger, controls, and interface and run 9mm with the Sig 320 mags. Great if you have Sig 320 mags. I didn't. These are about $40 a piece, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I wanted to give it a try. There's plenty of flare on the mag well there to guide it in for training purposes. Some people complained about, oh, well, what about getting it out and all that? Well, I found reaching up and grabbing like this, my middle finger hits the switch and it just comes right out without having to worry about anything. Not locking open after last round, I'm an MP5 guy, so I'm used to that. And it may just be the interface between the mag and this particular bolt. You have to talk to Matador Arms about whether or not you can expect that with your setup. But I think if you're looking for a way to keep that AR lower, run 9mm, and just have to worry about an adapter and an upper, this is a pretty cool solution.
Am I good? Oh. Mag Tech. Snubby short rounds. What was